I was just a complete jerk to my wife, and now I'm doing this video by myself.
Don't fight again.
That's not good.
I'm going to give you a tour of Thunder Canyon. There's not going to be a lot of editing. It is really windy out today here at Thunder Canyon. But I'm going to drive you around the park, show you every single bit of it as far as what we finished so far and some of the most beautiful spots. Hope you enjoy the video. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John, and I'm alone today because I was a jerk to my wife. Mercedes and I are exhausted. We're tired. And everybody working here right now is tired. We've got Stefan and Mark and Lee, the contractor. Everybody's working. We've got trucks coming in and out here at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Try to hit the date that we've promised to give people spots for our members, right? We've got about 20 members coming in the next week or two, and we still got a lot of work to do. Please excuse some of the wind. It's really windy out today. I'm just going to drive all the way through the park. I'm going to show you all the beautiful parts. I'm going to show you every single site that we've designed and reopened again. I'm certain that because Mercedes isn't in this video will not do as good. So please give this video a thumbs up, comment in the comments below, you know, tell us, send a prayer to us. I am here at the entrance of Thunder Canyon right here. There's the old sign. We're leaving it up for now. This is going to be a one-way road that runs down there. We've ordered a security gate, so you will need credentials to get through that gate. There's also going to be a check-in house right over here. The new section, the 32 sites, is up on this side. And so that is going to be one way out. I'm going to bring you down and show you the wraparound eventually. What's really nice about these sites in the lower part of the old portion of the campground is there's just so much space. That's where you park your truck and your rig. Down here, you got about a half acre of land down here that you can throw tents, whatever. You can see we still have to build this picnic table and set up that fire pit. This is a beautiful site right here, and it backs right up to the canyon. And what we did was these old picnic tables right here were pretty beat up. You can see we saved the pressure treated portion, the 2x8 for the seat, but we went ahead and we got brand new 2x6s for the top, and we bolted those. So we actually saved the old picnic tables. And then as you can see, this site right here is absolutely huge. And this is also part of this site. There's a stairway going down there. We've already had a member make a fire pit down there. And as you can see, I've started clearing out some of the forestry back there with my forestry attachment from my skid steer. But within a few weeks, this will all be green. This is another beautiful site right here. It's a pull-through site. It will take about a 31-foot rig. Once we finish the top portion of the campground, the 32 sites, we're going to close this section, and then we're bringing brand new services into this whole section of the park. So every single site will have pedestals, 50, 30, 20 amp, so they'll house anybody. We've got a little fire pit over here. And then if you walk all the way back, you start to see the canyon. You can see that I really opened this up. And if you look down through the woods down there, you're going to see the canyon below. That's Baptism Pond, and I'm going to be driving you down there in a few minutes to show you exactly what it looks like. Remember, when we first got to this place, this was one big field of 3 and 4 foot grass. Couldn't even see any roads down here. There really was no roads here. Well, we got new roads all over it. We've got 8 to 10 inches of recycled asphalt all over the place. This is the pump house for the lower section. And if you don't recognize, this is the first space that Mercedes and I were sitting in once we started to settle here at Thunder Canyon. It's just a beautiful sight. Again, the canyon, the gorge is right below there. Guys, when we first got here, we couldn't even see these big boulders back here. There was so much overgrown trees. You might also recognize that rig right there. That is Mercedes and I rig. We are going to be renting that out to RV Odd Squad members who do not have a rig, or to train people that want to come down to Thunder Canyon and learn about the RV lifestyle before they do it. So we will be renting our rig out to people. This site is absolutely gorgeous. Shoot over here and show you. So we actually have an RV Odd Squad member here now with his kid. He's down from Pennsylvania, but he came down for the weekend. As you can see, it's just gorgeous back here, nice and private. But if you are a member of the RV Odd Squad and hold at least a park pass, you will be welcome down to rent our rig for probably going to be a minimum of a week. But come down, hang out with Mercedes and I, break bread, sit around a campfire, get to know us a little bit better. We really want to get to know as many of you as we can. As you can see, we've already started bringing in new water. The old water system was really corroded and had a lot of galvanized pipe. So we're replacing all of that. Once we finish the top 32 sites, which should be in the next few days, we're going to be moving all of these people down here up onto the hill, and then we're going to start trenching 50 amp to every single site down here in the old lower campground. The old owners told us that this was one of the favorite sites of Class A's. This thing is about 150 feet long, and what's super cool is you have these stairs. We got to clean them up a little bit still, but you have these stairs down to the lower area, and you could actually have multiple family members, or let the kids pitch a tent. And if you walk back here, guys, this is the secret of Thunder Canyon. And this is only about 1/8 of a mile of the total creek that we have on Thunder Canyon. We have the Boydson and we have Kroger, and they both converge. But look back here. Check this out, you guys. This is the overlook from the lower campground. And now we walk back up here through these rocks, and we are back up into the lower campground. That's how close the gorge is. If you're camping down here, in the lower campground, that's all. You can hear that all night. You can just hear that running and running and running. This site right here is almost 3/4 of an acre, you know? These are nice little sites right here, 2 sites right above. It's great for a family, maybe 2 RVs. They're both well over 120 feet long. And this, ultimately, is what our tables will look like when they're finished. Mark has done a lot of this work. We had Paul and Viv do a lot of the staining. Guys, we just simply pressure washed all this old stuff. There was fungus and everything else all over this, but it cleaned up super nice. You can see the stairs built right there, connecting the sites. And then again below, there's a whole bunch of space down here for a fire pit, everything else. So they call this the baptismal pond. And we got here back in last June. And guys, when this is green, you can't see anything. You can hear the water from up top, but you can't see anything. It was so thick and overgrown from 12 years of being closed. And in December, after being here for 4 or 5 months, we came down here after all the trees were gone, and we saw this. somebody had built stairs, and our best guess is goes back to the early 1900s. We went to the local library. Mercedes did some research to try to figure out what was going on down here. There is evidence that they used to do baptisms in this pond, but it looks to us like somebody built some type of an altar here. You know, it's like these really old, cool stairs that head up. It looks like a platform all up in here, pretty deep. You could almost get a full choir up there. It's hard to get scale with this, but it's huge. We were thinking about putting a statue of Jesus right up there, overlooking this entire canyon. But we had no idea this was here. We're hoping to do some beautiful flowers down here. And we actually believe we can probably get about 80 or 90 people down into this area. The other thing that we're super excited about this area is this is not going to be very easily accessible by people that are handicapped, ADA. But we've got a four-wheeler that we can actually get somebody on board, strap them in, and deliver them down here, right? Get them down here when we're doing certain types of activities down here. I'm going to kind of walk back up the hill right here to show you guys something. You mentioned Mark. I mentioned Mark. Mark is the guy that's redoing all the picnic tables. Mark is an absolute godsend. Not only has he been doing the picnic tables, Mark has been clearing paths with his son Logan. He painted the hall. He helped put down most of the floor at the house. He is helping with all the water. If Mark wasn't here, we wouldn't even be close to being able to open. So we really truly believe that God's sending us everybody and everything we need. All right, guys, so this is on the other side of these two. Those two sites are nice. You got the other ones, right? And then you've got this super long Class A site. Again, this one's about 120 feet long. Plenty of room for cars. We've got a picnic table right about down there. So this isn't just where you park your RV and your trucks and your towables, whatever. You've got all this room down there. So this is one of my favorite sites and one of my special projects. I call this the bamboo site. Somebody planted bamboo around here. And what I did was I shaped it, put a site right in here through this area. So I think that this is probably going to be one of the most popular sites that we rent. It overlooks the rest of the campground below it. It's got a ton of privacy. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So the upper portion is almost done. We've got 32 sites up there. We've got all the sites poured. Most of them are 70 foot deep, 45 foot wide. And on Monday, guys, just a couple days away, we got the telephone pole company coming out to remove this old pole, to drop in that new pole that's on the ground over there, and we will power up the whole top portion of Thunder Canyon, 32 full sites. We drill down as deep as they can in there. I think they got about 2.5 feet. And now they've hit solid rock on the top of Sand Mountain, which we've had a lot of trouble with on the site. They get as deep as we can. Now here comes the explosive guy. He's going to drop dynamite down into that hole where they're going to drill into the rock, and then boom. Once we get there, we're going to move everybody that's in the lower section up to that portion, and we'll start trenching the whole bottom portion of all the 17 lower sites and getting brand new service to every single site below. So now I'm on the far side of the campground. Okay, Mercedes used to call this redneck mini golf over here. It's one of the most gorgeous sights I've ever seen in my life. And I've been to some of the most beautiful parks in the country. This is one of the most beautiful things we saw, and we didn't find this until November, December, once the trees had, lost all their leaves last November, December. We could always hear the water when we were down in this area, but we couldn't see it because the leaves were so lush and thick. But man, when we started getting a peek over how beautiful it is, we just could not believe the view. When we bring people here and give them a tour of Thunder Canyon, this is one of everybody's favorite spots. We're actually thinking about building a deck and a safety line right here to keep the kids away from the edge, because it really is a deep drop. And then we just head back up to the exit of the lowest campground. Get all these rocks. Remember, guys, we sit on the very top of sand mountains. And this is the new parking lot that we built in case we ever do passes. We're thinking about maybe putting a pool up here for Ida residents. Just thought this was a good place to have RVs pull off, slide off the side of the road. We won't be allowing anybody come in after 9 o'clock. So anybody coming into the park after 9 o'clock, the gates will be locked. This is a good place for them to boondock for the night until we open. And then we also have a clean out right up on the edge, right over here. Another clean out station that will be behind a gate. But as you're leaving, you can clean out. So this is the new site. This is one way towards me. Alright guys, I'm going to show you one of my favorite sites, and then I'm going to take you down towards the end of the campground where the cottages are. We actually have 4 cottages that need to be remodeled. We also get another possible 5 cottages for a total of 9. That's where the kitchen is, that's where the dining hall is, that's where the Boy Scout camp used to be. And then I'm just going to take you on a quick tour of the trails. It's about 2 miles of trails down by the 2 creeks that are on this property. So this is one of my favorite spots right back here. You come down that trail all along this little bridge area right across here. It's a beautiful little site. We need to raise it up just a little bit. See, we went ahead and put all new 2-inch lines. We're gonna have plenty of pressure down here. Removed all the galvanized and lead stuff that was the old part of the campground, and Mark and Stefan have done an amazing job in the last couple of days and pretty much have laid close to 1,000 feet of 2-inch water lines. I'm running out of time with the sun, so I'm just basically gonna run all the way through about 2 miles of paths that I've cleared and show you the rest of Thunder Canyon, some of the hidden spots. With all that said, we've only showed you about 30% of Thunder Canyon with this video. It's absolutely huge. I haven't even completely explored this entire property yet. So the end of this video is going to be driving through 2 miles of walking paths that are here at Thunder Canyon.
Yesterday was yesterday. I got my eye on all the days ahead. Yesterday was yesterday. I got my eye on all the days ahead. Heroes never stay at home. Never are they all alone. Heroes never stay at home. Never are they all alone. Hold me when it's colder. We're made for each other. In any weather, we're stronger together. Hold me when it's colder. We're made for each other. In any weather, we're stronger together. In any weather, we're stronger together. In any weather, we're stronger together. Yesterday was yesterday. I got my eye on all the days ahead. Yesterday was yesterday. I got my eye on all the days ahead.
Want to walk down there, Skip? Want to walk down there? Go
Never
ahead.
stay at home.
ahead.
Never are they all alone. Heroes never stay at home. Never are they all alone. Hold me when it's colder. We're made for each other.
Even just driving around this property right now to shoot this video and give you guys a tour has helped me to remember that we're so blessed, you know, and God's got us. He's carrying us all the way through to the end. We've come a long way in a short period of time. Yeah, everybody's really tired. We're exhausted, but we're going to get there.